I'm Gabrielle Shirley here with Mark Cook from PewterReport.com. Mark, let's begin with, we have a new kicker. Tell us what your thoughts are on this, and is there a kicking curse in Tampa Bay?
Yes, there is. I don't know that there's an actual curse, but when you look at the Bucs kickers over the last few years, they've certainly struggled. You go back to Roberto Aguayo, and then Nick Folk, and then Pat Murray, and then of course this year with Chandler Catanzaro. So they're trying to rectify the curse or whatever it may be. But Cairo Santos is the new kicker. Comes over from the Kansas City Chiefs. He kicked a little bit with the Rams earlier this year. Smaller guy, has had some injury issues with a groin. But tried out for the Bucs a couple weeks ago. They didn't sign him then. I'm thinking Dirk Koetter is probably wishing they had him last week in that game against Washington, because you never know. You take those two kicks that the Catanzaro missed, and you put those 6 points on the board, plus the 3 they had, that's 9. Maybe it changes the complexity of that game. But, we talked to him today in open locker room, very confident guy. He himself said there's no such thing as a kicking curse, though.
Do you think that that's good that he has that mindset?
You have to as a kicker, because, listen, all of these guys can kick a ball 50, 60 yards, right? I mean, they've done it their whole life. That's what they do. The problem with kickers is the mental aspect of it. Chandler Catanzaro is a good kicker. He can kick a ball. We saw him kick one for 59 yards to beat the Cleveland Browns. His kickoffs were great, but for whatever reason, the mental aspect or the mental part of the game, has let him down. And it just gets in kickers' heads sometimes. And it doesn't matter, how big the goalposts are when they go up there to kick a field goal or an extra point and it's in their head, they get a lot more narrow, if you know what I mean. So it's like a golf swing, I don't know if you're a golfer or not, Gabby, but, you can hit a good one and then you can slice 3 of them, and it starts to get in your head. And I think that's what we've seen with these Buccaneer kickers the last couple of years, more than anything, because they're all talented players.
Moving from the kicking game to practice today, there were some key players out. Who was not there? What does this mean for the team?
Well, Levante David not able to practice today. That really hurts. Obviously, already down Quan Alexander. They're going to need their linebacker play to be stellar going up against Saquon Barkley and what the New York Giants do on Sunday. So if Levante's not able to play, that's really, really going to hurt this football team's chance of winning. Justin Evans was another guy that was out. Vinny Curry wasn't there. Carl Nassib. So, they're banged up across the defense. Now, some of these guys is probably more precautionary than not going to miss the game. But Levante David's the big one that I think that fans need to keep an eye on. And we'll get that injury report at some point today. But more likely, if Levante's not on the field by Friday, then there's a good chance he doesn't play. And I don't like the Buccaneers' chances if Levante David's not on the field.
With David out, who would have to step up? Because he is a leader out there on that field.
He is, and, not a real vocal leader, but a guy with a lot of experience, a very good player, very smart player. So I'm not sure. That's going to be a question for Dirk Koetter and Mark Duffner and that defensive staff, because they're going to have to try and plug in some guys that just don't have a whole lot of experience. They're hoping Kendall Beckwith is possibly back this week. If that happens, that really helps out a lot, but he's still an unknown at this point.